Let's start the second half of our coverage live from Las Piñas City. And we go back to the playoff wars in the 14 and under of the South Division with Game 2 of the semifinal series between the home team, the Las Piñas Ysa Botanica Whitening Warriors, and the Quezon Junior Huskers. Once again, this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Good morning, everybody. My name is Cholo Pangilinan, covering the action with Kyle Sanchez and Courtney Bonaventura. Kyle, a chance for the fourth seeded, the underdogs, the Quezon Junior Huskers, to extend this series to a Game 3.
That's right. They lost the first game dito sa Las Piñas 72-63. So this is their chance to force a rubber match if they're able to pull off an upset.
And since you've mentioned it already, first let's talk about our playoff bracket first. As you can see on our screens again, the Las Piñas Ysa Botanica Whitening Warriors ending that elimination round with the first seed. Of course, they have Sam Somchi to help them with that. And, however, the Quezon Junior Huskers, the fourth seeded team, able to find their way into the semifinals matchup. But unfortunately, they're faced with a Game 3, or rather, with a Game 2 do-or-die situation for them right now. But again, since you've mentioned it, first let's talk about last game, the Game 1 of this semifinals matchup where Las Piñas was able to win 72-63.
That's right. It was a 9-point victory for Las Piñas, and they were able to capitalize on Quezon's turnovers. Quezon had 20 turnovers, and even though Las Piñas had more turnovers with 26, they were able to capitalize more on Quezon's turnovers. They had 17 points from Quezon's turnovers. They also out-rebounded Quezon 59-51, led by, of course, Sam Somchi, and that was one of the main reasons why they had that 9-point victory.
It's safe to say Sam Somchi is definitely going to be a big threat to the hopes of Quezon going to our division finals. But on the other hand, there were a few bright spots for the Quezon Junior Huskers, namely Mark Aclo and Kenji Amante.
That's right. Mark Aclo had 13 points and 11 rebounds and 2 assists in their previous game, but it wasn't enough to get that victory. He'll have to try and duplicate those numbers and also get some help from their other players as well, namely itong si Kenji Amate, who has been leading them with 15 points, 4 assists, and almost 4 steals per game here this season. So it's going to have to be a total team effort for Quezon if they hope to force a Game 3.
Certainly, and the Quezon Junior Huskers does have the instruments to really force a do-or-die Game 3. But that's it for now. We'll be turning it over to our venue announcer, Gio Cruz, for the start of our ball game.
A pleasant morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. We are live here at Banana Court, Las Piñas City. It's the 14 under South Division Semifinals Game 2 of the Best of 3 series featuring Quezon Junior Huskers and Las Piñas Ysa Botanica. Let's carry on the starters, beginning with the Quezon Junior Huskers. Starting guard number 33, Matthew Tongog. Other guard number 39, Kenji Amante. Starting forward number 23, Kian Reyes. Other forward number 42, Rafa De La Peña. And at center number 7, Mark Aclo. Head coach is Paul John Reyes. His assistants are Reynan Zamora, Carl Bancoro. Team manager, Attorney Don Capunan. Team owners, Honorable Congressman Attorney Mike Tan and Honorable Governor Doc Helen Tan. And now let us meet the starters from your Las Piñas Ysa Botanica. Starting guard number 6, Yuan Esteban. At guard number 21, John Aznar. 3, number 2, Sam Esonchi. At forward number 11, Robbie Sabihon. And at center number 12, David Regala. Head coach is Nash Garcia, assisted by Eliazar Gutierrez. Team manager, McCoy Palima. Our game officials for this ball game, Crew Chief Nino Barcenas, Umpire 1, Ronaldo Badango. And number 2 is Meng Gomez. Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Executive Director, Mr. Terry Navarro. Junior MPBL Commissioner, Mr. Keith Picasso. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2 Playoffs. Ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino.
Our dorayed bola ng Pinoy team starters for Las Piñas is Aznar, Esteban, Sabihon, Esomchi, and Regala. For Quezon, it's Abante, Dongog, De La Peña, Rayos, and Aklo. And again, Las Piñas escaping with that Game 1 victory. A 9-point win for them. And right now, the Quezon Junior Huskers backs are against the walls as David Regala opens our game with a bucket.
Of course, they are here on their home floor dito sa Banana Court in Las Piñas. A lot of people in the crowd right now supporting this Las Piñas team, so they definitely will be energized to try and close this series out.
Meanwhile, quick to score as well as Kenji Amante.
As we said in our pre-game introductions, Kenji Amante averaging 15 points per game definitely will have to try and up those numbers if they're to force a Game 3 against Las Piñas.
And certainly, it'll be a tough task for the likes of Mark Aklo and Kian Rayos to contain the likes of Sam Isomchi and David Regala. A front court duel we have here, both donning the color orange as well. Meanwhile, Amante, no good at the 3. Rebound by Aznar, out of bounds, but possession going to the side still of Las Piñas.
Bagay na bagay yung uniform nitong dalawang teams na to, no? Dominant color is orange dito rin sa court natin. Of course, Villar country tayo dito sa Las Piñas. Very fitting for both teams.
Sam Isomchi trying to get his footing, trying to get his groove. And perhaps it'll be through the free throw line as he draws a foul on his way to the iron.
Both teams shooting a lot of free throws in that first game. 11 free throws for Quezon and 24 for Las Piñas. So they definitely know how to get to the line.
It certainly will be another test in this game if they can repeat that kind of shooting performance from the free throw line as Sam Isomchi goes 1 out of 2. So right now, Las Piñas up by 1. Wait a minute, there seems to be a turnover. I believe that's an 8-second. Oh no, it's a foul. It's called on Las Piñas. And Quezon will retain possession. It looks like Dongog will trigger the inbound. And I'm pretty sure Kenji Amante will be looking to receive it. Yes, he is. Elevator play by the Huskers, but that's quickly foiled by Esomchi. Great anticipation on his side. Meanwhile, Dongog drops it. Aklo puts one up. Great defense from Esomchi. Meanwhile, speaking of, Sam Esomchi will score.
A great interior defense there. Esomchi and Regala conspiring for that defensive stop. And Esomchi running the floor. Very impressive for this young man finishing the break.
They nab a steal. Meanwhile, on the other side, what a lay-in. Not that time though. David Regala got the offensive board, put it back in, but rather try to put it back in. But draws the foul.
And Quezon is going to have to find a way to box out both Sam Esomchi as well as Regala, and that is going to be a tough task for Quezon's front line. They were out-rebounded 59 to 51 in that previous game.
First one is good for David Regala. Second one on its way. A chance to give them a 5-point lead. And he does. That's 4 points already for David Regala. Meanwhile, Dongog, or rather that's Rayos. He puts one up, no good. Regala with the rebound, forward pass. The blitz right there by Quezon. Jump ball call. And possession will go to Junior Huskers. Successful defensive sequence right there by the Junior Huskers. However, they're down by 5. Amante attacks. Amante will score. 4 points for him.
And what I would like to see Quezon do more in this game is try to capitalize on Las Piñas' turnovers. Las Piñas turned the ball over 26 times in game 1, but Quezon only scored 9 points from those turnovers, so they were not really able to capitalize. So that's something that they can address and maybe get some easy baskets for them.
That's going to be another challenge as well for the guards of Las Piñas. I mean, obviously your front court is loaded, you have the size, but that's not going to matter pretty much if you don't know how to take care of the basketball. As Esteban will miss that first one.
And even though Las Piñas went to the line 24 times in game 1, they only converted 12 out of those 24, shooting 50% as a team. Not the best shooting percentage.
Indeed, I mean, even at this division, 50% is not good. Eight to 4, 4-point lead for Las Piñas. Still have possession again. Isomchi asking for it, he gets it. Drops it to his teammate. No good on the shot. And here comes the Junior Huskers. Dongog, no good on the attack. Isomchi being pressured. He finds Regala, and they cross half court. Meanwhile, no good on the shot again. Picked up by Quezon. Here they go. Rayos will try from deep. No good. Another try by Aklo. That's no good. The attack right here by Las Piñas. 2 points for them in the break.
Once again, that fast break came off of a defensive play. This time, Regala blocking the shot underneath.
Kian Rayos fighting away inside basket and one. Quick to answer back with his own version of the 2 points, as this is a pound-for-pound fitness foul counted move.
That's exactly how you attack a shot blocker. You have to get into their body and negate their height and their length. Regala having both, but that time, naunahan siya sa talon dun. Dito ni Kian Rayos. Great move for that and one.
First point of the game for Rayos. Makes it a 3-point play. Cuts the lead of Las Piñas to 1, I believe. Meanwhile, stolen by Quezon again. Rayos, another chance. Kian Rayos against Isomchi. He scores once again. 5-point swing for Rayos.
Kanina si Regala, this time Sam Isomchi naman ang nabiktima dito ni Kian Rayos, knowing just how to attack the big men of Las Piñas.
Meanwhile, inside, the reverse. That's gonna be Yaji Cabalatuan getting fouled. This time, he's the one going to the line. Six minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the first. Cabalatuan shoot from the line. Averages close to 4 points per game and 2.5 rebounds. First one is good for Yaji. And a couple of supporters here in our banana court. As again, this is the home court of our Las Piñas Ysa Botanica. 2 out of 2 for Cabalatuan. Meanwhile, Dongog rises up for a shot. All chords for Matthew Dongog.
Quezon shooting a lot better to start this first quarter compared to their previous game.
No good on the three-point attempt. Out of bounds. Possession goes back. So we have a deadlock at 12. A chance to take the lead for the Junior Huskers. But that's going to be another turnover. This time it's Las Piñas' turn. 4 minutes remaining in our first period. Asnor, the pick from Sam Isomchi. Isomchi asking for it. Up top, he'll attack. He'll penetrate. Not that time. Could have been a chance for Quezon, but that's stolen. Isomchi fades away. There's going to be a call on that fadeaway.
And that was a bailout foul. Not really the best shot there for Sam Isonchi. Spin move trying to fade away over two defenders. That's a low percentage shot for a lot of players, but that foul will give him an easy look here at the free throw line.
However, he'll miss that first one. He went 1 out of 2 during his last trip. Second one for Sam Isomchi. He'll go 0 out of 2. Meanwhile, Kenji Amante rising up and soaring high for 2 points. Two-point lead for the Junior Huskers. Asnor travels without a visa.
And what I like about what Quezon did in the previous possession is that they didn't wait for the defense of Las Piñas to set up. They have to get easy opportunities in transition to negate the interior presence of both David Regala and Sam Isomchi, who are very effective defending the half court.
Kenji Amante all chords on the triple. Make that a 5-point lead for Quezon. Kenji Amante feeling it so far in this game. 9 points for him. And another forced turnover coming from the Quezon Junior Huskers. Great defense from them.
That was an ill-advised shot from Asnar. He just crossed half court and attempted a three-pointer.
Great save. Dongog, no good from deep. Great hustle though coming from Rayos. Meanwhile, inside, they fumble it. Regala still no good at the putback. They get it back. Asnar has it. He'll try from deep. Unable to enter back. But a foul will be called. I believe that's on Kian Rayos.
And that's 2 straight misses now from three-point land from Asnar. Luckily for him, there was a foul called. And as I said earlier, Quezon has to find a way to box out Regala and Isonchi, keep them off the offensive glass.
Not only box them out, but box them out without fouling them. That has been the case during the past sequence. But good thing for them, Regala will miss that first one.
Oh, and even Sam Isomchi has had a bunch of misses already at the free throw line. So even though they're getting easy looks, they're failing to convert.
Regala, 0 out of 2. Him and Isomchi went 0 out of 2 on their last trips. Meanwhile, Amante and company, he'll try from deep. Kaboom!
You couldn't ask for a better start if you're Quezon. This is the type of cushion that you would like to have against a Las Piñas team that is enjoying a home court advantage.
Meanwhile, David Regala quick to ruin the fun. Basket to end one for the big guy. And stops the bleeding for Las Piñas. Another look in this power move coming from the big David Regala. Pound for pound fitness foul counted play. Six-point deficit. Meanwhile, that's going to be a 4-point swing for Las Piñas. Quezon looking to play fast. Basket and one, this time on the other side. Both of our teams on fire to start our game. Breaks Ismael Out of nowhere, pound for pound fitness foul counted the move. Freebie on its way. Doesn't make it a three-point play. Nonetheless, 6-point lead for the junior Huskers. Martinez turns the ball over. Here comes the junior Huskers. Sidestep, what a finish! Courtesy of Kian Yanilia. Make it an 8-point lead for the Quezon junior Huskers. As again, it has been a great start for them. And a timeout called right here by Coach Nash Garcia. We'll be back. Back to the action in Banana Court, Las Piñas City. Again, an 8-point lead in favor of Quezon. Almost a steal coming from Obshana. Nonetheless, great hands disrupting that possession. Las Piñas still with the basketball. Martinez crosses half court. Regala, an opening for him, basket and one. No one was there to pick up the big David Regala.
And Regala is just a mismatch problem right now for Quezon. No one able to stop him one-on-one. Even in transition, he's able to find the basket for that pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play of the game. Pangalawa or pangatlo na to ni David Regala, and he's able to convert on that end one.
Indeed, after missing his past freebies, finally gets one. The lead is at 5, under a minute remaining. And Quezon will turn the ball over back to Las Piñas. So another chance for Ysa Botanica Whitening Warriors to do something. The attack, Martinez. That's called a traveling violation. .46 seconds remaining. Shot clock is still on. Obshana. Stolen right here by Martinez. Another possession for Las Piñas as the guards of Quezon having a hard time.
Both teams just exchanging turnovers right now.
It's finally back with Quezon again. But let's see what Las Piñas have up their sleeves. 38 seconds remaining in our first period. Quezon has no more fouls to give. Las Piñas still has one more. Escarza brings it down. Amante has it. Kenji thought about the three, sends it inside. Great find. Seven-point lead. Shot clock is off. 13 seconds remaining. No travel call, but that won't go in. Regala gets it back inside. And he'll turn the ball over. It's with Quezon for the last 5.5 seconds remaining. Yanilia, stolen. Knockout play right here by Las Piñas. And a great way to end for Las Piñas with a bucket after a steal as we have a 26-21 score. Quezon still on top, but definitely if this first quarter showed anything, it's that possibly we're in for a treat. Again, 5-point lead for Quezon. We'll be back after a short break.
Coach Paul Reyes of the Quezon Junior Huskers made sure his players kept their heads in the game kahit daw nanalo na sila nung game 1. He focused not just on their physical readiness but also on preparing them mentally for the challenges ahead, especially in this do-or-die game today. Coach Paul understands that one win doesn't guarantee their success, kaya naman ang isa sa pinaka-importante daw para sa kanya ngayong araw ay huwag makampante sa laban na to. Kyle, Cholo?
Thank you very much, Courtney, for that report. And again, it's a 5-point lead for Quezon as we start our second period. First bucket of our second period belonging to the Junior Huskers. Meanwhile, Somchi quick to answer back with his own 2 points.
David Regala now seated on the bench. But Sam Somchi is there inside.
Great defense once again from Las Piñas. Quezon quick to force a turnover. That was Juan Esteban getting called for a travel.
Seeing as Esteban was double teamed immediately after getting that ball, he has to make a decision early to try and give that ball up as they had an advantage in numbers on the opposite end.
He and Rayos scoring 2 points. It's back to a 7-point lead. Meanwhile, Esteban, he'll attack, he'll put one up. Off the window, it's good. Back to a 5-point lead for Quezon. But both teams so far just going back and forth. Amante, illegal pick called.
Esteban making up for that turnover earlier, hitting that floater off the glass and then forcing an offensive foul, fighting through the screen. And as a guard, you always have to fight through the screen. You can't die on the screen. You have to keep moving and trying to catch up to your man.
So a chance once again for Las Piñas to cut the lead. Nowhere to go. Find Esteban. Outside pass. To the other side. Las Piñas continuing to attack. Asnar, no good at the sidestep. Meanwhile, Amante, no defender inside. Tumingin pa sa side mirrors at Kenji Amante.
And this is exactly what they need to do more of. Get easy transition baskets to negate the presence of Sammy Somchi.
Meanwhile, the attack. Traveling call on Mark Aklo.
Taking one too many steps there was Aklo. Not sure what he wanted to do on offense. Good idea in attacking the basket though, but you have to be more decisive with your movements.
So possession back with Las Piñas. Seven-point lead again for the Junior Huskers, as both teams just going back and forth in this one. Our officials just waiting for our moppers to finish their job. Again, Las Piñas having this possession. Asnar against Dongog. Asnar, forward pass. They try from deep. No good that time. Somchi diving for the basketball. He gets it. Great hustle from Sam. Meanwhile, Esteban drawing a foul. And he'll earn 2 from the line.
The defense of Quezon doing a good job stopping the initial attack. But those offensive rebounds this time by Sammy Somchi hurting them.
First one on its way for Juan Esteban. So far has 5 points. First one is off the mark for Esteban. Averaged close to 10 points per game during the elimination period. 0 out of 2 for Esteban. Still a 7-point lead for Quezon. As Piñas giving them a hard time talking about Quezon, but they cross half court. Amante, that's only 2 points. On the other side, Esomchi able to score. Amante outside, looking to create. Amante fires again. No good for Kenji. Rayos gets it back. Ian Rayos, basket and one. Flexing his muscles is Ian Rayos.
It's already a 9-point lead for the Quezon Junior Huskers as we see this pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play of the game. And the reason Rayos was able to get that offensive rebound was because Sam Isonchi was forced to challenge the shot from the three-point area. And without his presence down low, it was easy for Rayos to get an offensive board.
Perhaps what signaled Coach Nash Garcia to finally insert David Regala. So it's an Esomchi Regala front court duo again for Las Piñas.
And this twin tower combination allowed them to get a lead earlier in this game.
Regala will miss though, and it's now a double-digit lead for Quezon. At that time, Adriatico seems to have stepped out of bounds. Possession will stay with Las Piñas.
Quezon should try and force Las Piñas into taking outside jumpers, seeing as most of their looks on offense have come from either David Regala or Sam Isonchi.
Amante with a steal. Kenji Amante, the stop, puts one home. Kenji Amante recognizing he got the foul.
Oh, sometimes after scoring a basket, a player can sometimes be overzealous on defense. It got a little too aggressive there.
Esteban forward pass finds Aznar. He falls to the ground. And a foul will be called. That's on Kian Rayos.
The coaching staff of Quezon asking for a traveling violation on Aznar, but it seemed that there was a foul committed before any traveling or other infraction was incurred. A good call there by our officials.
Making a 12-point lead for the Junior Huskers. Looks like they really want to force that game 3. But it's still far from over. A steal by Amante. Kenji attacks. Kenji drops it. Business decision for Kenji. He gets it back. Dongog for 3. Still not going in. Another foul called. That's another one on Kenji Amante, his second already. And penalty freebies will be given to Las Piñas. Timeout will be called right here by the Junior Huskers. They're still up. We'll be back after a short break. Back to the action here. 2 free throws for Rabbi Sabihon. Or Rabbi Sabihon. As we're nearing the 5-minute mark of our second period. It's a 12-point lead for the Junior Huskers, and Las Piñas are missing their freebies. They're only 7 out of 16 before these 2 free throws. And
they've missed more free throws than they've made. And they'll need every point they can get if they want to get back into this ball game. It's a 12-point deficit already.
Here comes the junior Huskers. Dongog changing gears. Dongog. No good against the Somchi. Regala brings it down. Finds their point guard, Aznar. Esteban calling up a play. Esteban the spin. And he'll get called for a travel.
And even though Quezon is already in the penalty, they're still aggressive on defense, trying to go for those steals. Esteban not taking good care of the ball there.
(39-27). Again, still a 12-point lead for the junior Huskers. A chance to extend it even further. Rayos has it. Still with him. Will use the pick. Finds Dongog. He'll provide a pick. Talking about Rayos. Dongog will fire. No good for Dongog. Adriatico getting blocked by David Regala.
David Regala once again displaying his length on defense, using those long arms to deny Adriatico. Good job though by Adriatico getting that offensive rebound.
Meanwhile, Rayos drops it, finds Adriatico. It's already a 14-point lead for Quezon. Almost lost it. Esteban will stop, will send it out. Somchi will try from deep. No good from Sam.
And even though, yun nga, as I said earlier, Quezon's already in the penalty, but kumpiyansa sila to play aggressive on defense.
16-point lead already for the junior Huskers.
And one of the reasons why Quezon's still aggressive on defense despite being in the penalty situation is because Las Piñas hasn't been shooting well from the free throw line. So as a team, kumbaga isipin mo, it's okay if you send them to the free throw line knowing full well they're probably gonna miss their shots, or at the very least split their charities.
Very impressive on the side of Quezon, recognizing that fact you just said. But right now, Yuan Esteban has a chance to prove us wrong. Although he did miss his last 2 free throws. And he'll miss some more. First one is off.
And it's already a 16-point lead for the Quezon Junior Huskers. All these missed free throws by Las Piñas could have already cut this lead down to single digits.
0 out of 2 trip again for Yuan Esteban. As Las Piñas is not feeling it from the line right now.
At the half, I would suggest that they could probably warm up strictly from the free throw line just to try and get a better percentage in the second half.
Certainly that's going to be the case. But right now, Escarza goes back in. Amantes still on the floor, looking to provide more scoring for them and extend the lead even further. Rayos, nowhere to go. Will cross half court against Isomchi. Will hand it off. Escarza looking for a teammate. Will draw a foul. That's only the foul number 2 of Las Piñas. 14 to shoot. Meanwhile, there's gonna be a turnover, I believe, called on Kian Rayos. So here comes Las Piñas. Inside pass. That's foiled, but they still keep it alive. Esteban at the left side of the arc. Trevenant call on him.
I've lost count how many turnovers Las Piñas has already had here in the second quarter alone. Aside from those missed free throws, this is another thing that they need to address at the half.
Dongog, almost a travel. Good thing he didn't pick it up again. Dongog, nowhere to go. Amante getting guarded closely. However, Escarza will try from deep, no good. Rebound picked up by Esteban. Forward pass. Pelo, the bump. Pelo will lose it in transition. But Las Piñas calls a timeout right here again. They're down by a bunch, 16 to be exact, 43-27, and we'll be back for more action. Back to the action here again. So far, it has been a great game for the Quezon Junior Huskers. 16-point lead for them. We have under 2 minutes remaining in our second period. Pelo puts one up. That's no good. Great defense from the Junior Huskers as they have this possession. A minute and a half remaining. Esomchi with the steal. Martinez brings it down for Las Piñas. Forward pass. Esteban with the attack. Gets blocked inside. But they keep it alive. Martinez. Floater. No good.
Well, Las Piñas has seemed to have forgotten what's worked well for them in the first quarter. They had the lead mainly through the efforts of Regala and Esomchi getting easy baskets in the paint.
Meanwhile, Barsha will miss badly. Martinez against Amante. Amante, great defense in transition. And here comes the Junior Huskers again. A transition of their own. High arcing shot, no good. They battle for the rebound, ends up with Martinez. Esteban, another forward pass. Pelo will try from deep. Much needed bucket for Las Piñas.
Much needed is right. Mamatay sunog yun, and they badly needed that to try and salvage some momentum heading into the third quarter.
A 5-point swing for Miguel Pelo as they cut this to an 11-point lead for Quezon. 30 seconds remaining. Timeout called by the Huskers. We'll be back for more action. Back to the action here again. 11-point lead for Quezon after a 5-point swing for Las Piñas. But Quezon will get another chance to redeem themselves. Forward pass, Rayos brings it down. But looks like they will take their time and relax in this possession. Rayos hands it off. Amante looks at the clock. Shot clock down to 12. Amante, the blitz on him. Rayos gets it. Rayos drops it. Great fight to De La Peña. 6 seconds remaining. Pelo forward pass. Sam Esomchi. Basket and one. Sam Esomchi. What a way to end our second period. With 2 seconds remaining. Pound for pound fitness foul counted the move. Sam Esomchi answering the call.
And he needs to do more of that in the second half. Establish his presence in the paint. That's where he gets his looks from. Even though he has missed his free throws, at the very least, he'll put the big men of Quezon in foul trouble.
Make that 10 points and 2 rebounds for Sam Esomchi so far. And that's it for our first half, 45-35. The Quezon Junior Huskers still on top by 10 points, a double-digit lead for them. We'll be back for the second half. Once again, this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benito's, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
The Hustle Club. Embrace the struggle. Believe in your hustle. Special thanks to Tropang Villar for hosting today's games. And to Ysa Botanica, Green Stevia, and GX International. Maraming salamat.
Joining me for this halftime is Coach Eleazar Gutierrez from Ysa Botanica Whitening Warriors. Coach, thank you for joining me here. Coach, I would just like to ask you na nabanggit niyo po sa akin kanina na how these players have no preparation but still they delivered an impressive performance last game.
Siguro it's continuous communication. May GC naman kami, so sinasabi namin sa kanila ano yung mga dapat nilang gawin, and doon na rin yung game preparations namin through GC namin.
With regards to this game naman, Coach, what do you think was the challenging part during the first quarter?
Siguro this first half, medyo nanggigigil yung mga players namin, and then nagmamadali sila. So yun lang, kailangan ma-settle down lang nila yung feelings nila para ma-ano namin yung second half.
Also, Coach, would you like to greet and thank anyone?
First of all, I would like to thank Boss Ron and Moreno family, Boss LA, our governor, and family ko sa Pampanga and Cavite. Yun lang.
Maraming salamat ulit, Coach, for joining me here, and that's for our halftime report.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
And at the half, it's 45-35, a 10-point lead. Again, a double-digit deficit being faced by Las Piñas. They are playing in their home court, but then again, they have that confidence-boosting Game 1 win in their bag. But right now, Quezon, the team looking to want it more, talking about their Game 3 possibility, a do-or-die situation for them. Right now, Quezon able to outscore Las Piñas both in the first and second periods. As we take a look at our halftime stats.
It's a 10-point lead for the Quezon Junior Huskers, 52% shooting from the field compared to 43% for Las Piñas. Both teams not shooting particularly well from three-point country, 3 of 11 from Quezon Junior Huskers, 1 out of 6 from Las Piñas. Las Piñas this time out rebounding itong Quezon Junior Huskers 22-21. Sa assist department, they're even at 11 apiece. Here the turnover situation, 15 for Las Piñas, 12 for Quezon.
And there you have it. At this point of the game, even though Quezon has a 10-point lead, no lead is safe. And it's too early to tell who has this one in the books. But Quezon right now being led by Kenji Amante already with 18 points. Assisted by Kian Rayos with 10 points. And on the other side, Sammy Somchik, the only guy in double figures for Las Piñas with 10 points. Although David Regala does have 9 points. So certainly if anyone's gonna come back in this game and cut that into a single-digit lead, or perhaps even take the lead in an instance, it's gonna be Las Piñas.
And Sammy Somchi and David Regala need more help, especially from their guards here in the second half. They were able to hit some three-pointers and get some steals towards the end of that second quarter, but they'll need to be more consistent here and handle the defensive pressure that Quezon has been giving them. And for Quezon, they need to try and get some more easy baskets in transition. That's what's worked well for them in the first half, negating the interior presence of David Regala and Sammy Somchi.
And the third guy is usually Yuan Esteban. As again, he's averaging close to 10 points, but in this game he hasn't really made some noise. They will need more from him.
That's right, and he also had a couple of back-to-back turnovers in the first half, so he'll need to take care of the ball a bit more here in the third quarter moving forward.
Actually, Esteban, Aznar, and Regala scoring close to 10 points per game. So definitely those are your designated scorers. But then again, not really noisy in this game. That time though, Escarza will score a three-pointer. Make it a 13-point lead for them, just like that. But quick to answer back is David Regala.
Flexing after that, hitting that basket. David Regala, as we see here, for another pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play of the game. Suki na si Regala at Somchi dyan sa mga pound-for-pound fitness plays of the game natin, getting a lot of N1s in the process. And they just need to convert their free throws.
I mean, what can you do against someone like David Regala, who is very lengthy and also very fast for his size? Will complete the three-point play.
Oh yes, you have to do your work early against Regala and Somchi. Try to push them out of the paint early and not allow themselves to establish their presence in the paint and maybe force them into taking ill-advised jumpers.
Meanwhile, Amante, no good on the shot. Could have been big for them. And here comes Las Piñas. Esteban drops it to Aznar. What a play in transition for the Whitening Warriors.
What a beautiful no-look pass there coming from Esteban. Could have taken that layup, but very unselfish, finding his teammate for that bank shot.
Defense chance right here in our banana court. And defense indeed for Las Piñas. Meanwhile, Somchi going to work, puts one up and no good. Another chance for the junior Huskers. Amante, no good on a shot. They get it back though. They try to save it again. The possession will stay with the junior Huskers. Lead is now trimmed down to 8 by Las Piñas. Under 2 minutes passing by in our third period. Defense chance again. Escarza though will ruin the fun.
That's 2 3-pointers now para dito sa Quezon here in the third quarter.
2 3-pointers coming from one guy, Jeffrey Escarza. 6 points for him. 11-point lead again for the junior Huskers. Aznar will attack. Will scoop it up, but won't scoop it in. Regala, no good attempt for the putback. And here goes Aklo and company. Forward pass. Dongog will fire from 3. Seemed a little too rushed. Almost 3 minutes passing by in our third period. Aznar has it, the pick from Regala. Aznar gets called for a traveling violation.
Aznar was expecting a foul to be called there as 2 defenders sandwiched him. So if you see more than 1 defender on you, you have to be able to find an open teammate.
Amante brings it down. So far has 18 points in this game. Dongog trying to find a teammate. Will hand it off to Escarza, and has 6 points in this game, all 3-pointers. Dongog trying to find an opening. Escarza this time puts one up, gets blocked by Sammy Somchi. And here goes Esteban. Yuan Esteban hangs mid-air and finishes.
You mentioned him earlier that he is the third leading scorer of this team and is now finally making his presence felt.
And a forced turnover for Las Piñas.
And now the momentum slowly shifting back to the home team.
Lead is trimmed down to 9 points, single digits again. And we'll turn it over first to Courtney Buenaventura for a report.
We are witnessing their performance right now, how they are staying resilient even when it's hard to believe that the Ysa Botanica Whitening Warriors hasn't had any practice today or even before their last win, and yet they still managed to deliver an outstanding performance. Kaya naman Coach Elizar Gutierrez couldn't help but express his amazement at how these young players continue to step up and play at such a high level despite the lack of preparation. Para din sa kanila, malayo mararating ng mga batang ito as they can see a next level potential in them. Back to you, Cholo and Kyle.
Thank you very much, Courtney. And indeed, even though you're not practicing, if you have David Regala, Yuan Esteban, Sammy Somchi on your team, Yanji Kapalatungan, it's gonna be a good team.
And I can understand why some teams are having difficulties practicing since it's Christmas season, the school year is ongoing. Some players have different commitments, so it can be difficult sometimes to find the right schedule. But I wouldn't be surprised if these players are friends off the court because you're seeing a lot of chemistry that's happening on the court right now. And even with the absence or the lack of preparation time and practice time for this Las Piñas team, you can obviously tell that they're a tight-knit squad with the way they've been performing here today, down by double digits, but already cutting this lead down to 5.
And Somchi to receive. No good. Rayo secures the rebound. Forward pass. That was risky, but nonetheless, that's completed.
And that's where Quezon has made a living here in this ball game, getting a lot of fast break layups.
Stolen right here. Here comes Quezon again. 2 more points for them, courtesy of Carl Cantara.
And Las Piñas, first, has to take better care of the ball. And second, if they do commit another turnover, they really have to make an effort to sprint back on defense.
It's back to a 9-point lead for Quezon. You've got to give them credit. Again, it was trimmed down to 5, but they really did their work. And it's back to almost double digits. It looks like Coach Nash Garcia will gamble on the absence of David Regala. Only Sammy Somchi left for the backcourt, or rather the front court of Las Piñas. Meanwhile, no foul call on Somchi. Here comes Dongog, drops it, Rayos finishes.
Just like that, the lead is back up to double digits.
Meanwhile, on the other side, quick to answer back is David Halleck. .332 remaining. Amante has it. The pick. He uses it. He fades away. No good for Kenji. Hasn't been able to score for the past minutes or so. Talking about Amante. Halleck, what a fire. No good for David.
Might not have been the best shot for Las Piñas, seeing as they didn't have a rebounder in the paint.
Good thing Cantara will miss on the transition lane. And Somchi brings it down, finds Esteban. Yuan Esteban. Oh, wait a minute, Sammy Somchi called for an illegal pick.
And if Sammy Somchi or David Regala get into foul trouble here, it could spell trouble for Las Piñas heading into the 4th quarter.
Still a 9-point lead for the Quezon Junior Huskers, under 3 minutes remaining. Here comes Dongog. Rayos asking for it. Aklo provides the pick. Rayos still asking for it. Dongog with a basketball. Will use the pick again from Aklo. Dongog fades away. No good for Matthew.
Dong holding on to that ball a little longer than you would like. Not a lot of movement there in that possession.
Asnor attacks. Asnor Pinoy step, but gets blocked. Isomchi though will clean up his teammates' mess.
Sam Isomchi has been very consistent here today. No one in Quezon is really able to match up with him one-on-one, especially down low.
A box and one defensive strategy for Las Piñas. Amante though will get it anyway, but they will force a turnover for him.
Both teams now close to 20 turnovers each. And what's going to dictate the rest of this ballgame is who is going to be able to capitalize.
Meanwhile, almost lost it. Backcourt violation. Called on Las Piñas. Another possession for the Junior Huskers. A minute and a half remaining in our second to the last quarter. And still a close game. Quezon with this possession. Again, it has been Kenji Amante leading with 18 points, but has been fairly quiet during the past minutes. Amante, horns play for Quezon. The attack by Rayos gets blocked by Isomchi. However, that's Rafael de la Peña scoring on the putback.
The wing players and guards of Las Piñas need to help out Sam Isomchi in the paint. After he got that block, no one was there to try and get that loose ball. It can't just be Sam Isomchi roaming around the shaded area.
And we see David Hallock overcooking that pass that was intended for Isomchi. Nonetheless, Quezon with a 9-point lead under a minute remaining in our third period. Amante has it. Horns play again for Quezon. Amante will go right. Will send it to the right side. Almost a steal. He retrieves it. Sends it inside. The reverse, no good. Great defense from Isomchi. Here comes Las Piñas. Sam Isomchi has the basketball. He attacks. No good for him. Out of bounds. Possession will stay with Las Piñas.
Kayod Marino na. Ito Sam Isomchi here in the third quarter trying to will his team back into this ball game. David Regala subbing in to give Sam a break.
And they will need Sam Isomchi's production more than ever during when that fourth period comes rather. Meanwhile, Asnor, the handoff for him. He'll attack. Offensive foul called on him.
Oh, you like the aggressiveness of Asnor slicing through the middle. Was able to find himself open for just a second. Could have dropped it off to David Regala, who would have been open since the defense already committed to Asnor. There's those split-second decisions that can sometimes make or break the possession.
Indeed. As Quezon now a chance for the last shot of the period. 7 seconds remaining. Rayos has it. Amanda trying to ask for it. They won't give it to him. And that'll be it for our third period. 59-50, a 9-point lead for the Quezon Junior Huskers. As it's still anybody's ball game. Las Piñas still in this one, still holding their own, still alive. And we'll be back for the fourth period. Once again, this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Back to the action for the start of the fourth and final period. Again, we are live in the Banana Court in Las Piñas. It's inside the BF Resort Village. If you're nearby, make sure to check out our venue and watch our games live. But if not, you can check our live stream. Our junior MPBL Facebook page and YouTube channel has those. 59-50, the junior Huskers up by 9. Meanwhile, first possession of the fourth belonging to the junior Huskers, but they ain't able to convert. Regala trying to bulldoze his way inside. He's successful.
The big men of Las Piñas have that ability to put that ball on the floor. You can't allow them to get a running start because it will be difficult to stop them once they get ahead of steam.
Lead is down to 7 for Quezon. Amante with the basketball has been scoreless during the past sequences. Rayos attacks, drops it. Aklo, no good at the shot. They die for the basketball. Martinez ends up with him. Martinez attacks, high pickup. 4-point swing for Las Piñas to open our fourth period.
Much to the delight of our home crowd here in Las Piñas. This is do or die for Quezon if they're able to, if they fail rather, to win this ball game and force a rubber match.
Amante still scoreless during the past sequences. Has been stuck at point 18. Meanwhile, Amante, I believe, getting called for his third personal foul.
A good job there by Pascual. Or rather, by Kabalatungan. Selling the contact there.
The junior Huskers will call a timeout right here. Again, they're still up, but it's not looking good for them. It's only a 5-point lead for them, and we'll be back after a short break. Back to the action here. 5-point lead for the junior Huskers. Las Piñas a chance to cut it even more. Regala inside against Aklo. It's down to 3 points. So far, Regala with 20 points and 14 rebounds. Amante, the ball is in his hands. It's going to be up to him. He's the leading scorer of Quezon so far. To the other side, it's right from deep. Still not falling for them. Aklo keeps it alive. Almost stolen. The attack by Rayos. Drops it. Stolen right here by Martinez. Yuan. Esteban to Isomchi. No good. Esteban gets it back. Inside. Find to David Regala. 22 points for him.
Flexing his muscles once again. David Regala. A force underneath the basket.
It's down to a 1-point lead for Quezon. Just like what I said, no lead is safe. Amante has it. The pick from De La Peña. Another pick from him. Sends it to the right corner. The attack by Dogog. No good on that shot. The junior Huskers scoreless in this fourth period. Isomchi bulldozes his way inside.
On the other end naman, Las Piñas rarely missing a shot here in the fourth quarter. The twin tower power of Sam Isomchi and David Regala proving too much inside the paint for Quezon.
Defense chants clearly being heard in our Banana Court. Amante continues to struggle. Gotta give props to Las Piñas. They were able to shut down Kenji Amante after 18 points. As Isomchi will miss the 3. Aklo, last touch on him, possession. I believe will go to Quezon after all.
And not a lot of three-pointers attempted by Las Piñas here in the fourth quarter. Pa 2 points lang. Din nahabol nila. It's a 10-0 run. Mainly by Regala and Somchi. That tandem has worked wonders for them the entire ball game, and still Quezon has failed to find an answer.
Las Piñas with a 1-point lead. Can Quezon reclaim what they once had? Amante, nowhere to go. Rayos up top to the left side. Escarza, no good for him. And Martinez grabs the rebound. Here they go, Regala at the break. Regala, is there going to be a foul? I believe it's going to be called on Cyrus Parsha, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be a foul. And Las Piñas, Ysa Botanica calling a timeout right here. They're up by 1, under 7 minutes remaining in our ball game. Back to the action here for the last 6 minutes and 7 seconds of our game. Las Piñas up by 1. They have possession. Kabalatungan will trigger the inbound. He finds Esteban. Martinez will try from deep. No good. Rebound picked up by Escarza. Amante. Back to Escarza. Quezon another chance to reclaim what they once had. Escarza from deep. Still not falling for them. And rebound picked up by David Regala.
Even though they have been getting a lot of open looks from 3, they don't really need to force those baskets. They can try get to the free throw line or get some easy looks.
Stolen by Amante. Kenji gets fouled. And finally a chance for Kenji Amante to escape that 18-point mark.
And this is one of the reasons why Quezon got a double-digit lead earlier today. They had a lot of transition baskets, and that's not been happening for them here in the fourth quarter, as Las Piñas has made good on their offensive possessions, and they've taken better care of the ball, which has negated yung transition factor nitong Quezon.
Meanwhile, Amante first freebie is good, but you gotta love the crowd having their own version of the wall. They have a tied game at 60. Second freebie on its way for Kenji Amante. Has 19 points. Has been fairly quiet.
As we see there in the background, no, ang mga partners natin, mga papalit sa atin, kumakain na.
Somchi attacks. Sends it outside. Esteban drops it again. Back and forth action. Basket and one. Sam Somchi. You either get up or get out of Sammy Somchi's way.
What a great decision there by Esteban. Could have tried to force a layup, but finding Somchi for that pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play of the day. The big men of Las Piñas flexing their might underneath the basket.
16 points for Sammy Somchi. Regala no gonna put back attempt. But Aklo turns the ball over. It's back with Las Piñas.
And these costly turnovers are going to hurt Quezon, especially in the end game. It's only a 2-point lead, and instead of trying to get a shot off, they give the ball right back to Las Piñas.
Esomchi attacks. Esomchi, no good. Regala gets it back. Regala still not falling. And Las Piñas able to save it. Meanwhile, David Regala seems to have hit his head. It looks like he's all okay.
I'm not sure exactly what happened there. No, slipped on maybe a wet spot. Itong si David Regala. Buti na lang yung buhok niya. Sinalo yung impact.
Buti na lang. Uso pa naman ngayon yung buzz cut pag nagbabasketball, no?
Oo, tatry ko nga rin magpakulot. Papahaba ako and then papakulot, no, para iwas sa disgrasya. Oh yes, there, David Regala simply slipping on a wet spot, hitting the back of his head. I'm glad to see that he's okay.
I mean, if you're as big as David Regala, that's gonna be just like a pinch for you. But right now, Las Piñas with a 2-point lead, courtesy of Sam Esomchi's bucket. Meanwhile, Aznar picking the pockets of his opponent.
Amante immediately apologizing to the coaching staff.
It's a 2-possession lead now for Las Piñas. Although Quezon still has time to figure things out. But their leading scorer right now hasn't found his footing. Quezon only scoring 1 point during this entire fourth period so far, compared to 12 already of Las Piñas. Amante being swarmed by defenders, sends it to the left side. Dongog puts one up, still won't fall for them.
And Dongog has gone cold here in the fourth quarter.
Esomchi and Regala both with a double-double in this game. Esteban will attack. Esteban finding an opening in that Quezon defense.
If Dongog has gone cold on the opposite side, tong si Esteban naman has come alive here in the second half. Had a bunch of turnovers in the first, but he has slowly making up for all those mistakes earlier.
Yuan Esteban, 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists so far. Meanwhile, there's a call as we have under 4 minutes remaining in our game. So it looks like Kenji Amante won't be subbed in, or will be subbed out, as they'll try to continue pushing their luck. Still not falling for the Junior Huskers. Good thing they keep it alive. Aklo, that's stolen by Esteban. Yuan Esteban flying, scoring!
Bumitin pa. There ito si Esteban, allowing the defender to blow past him. What a move.
Indeed, what a move. Again, what can you do? That was good defense. As Esteban puts his team up by 8 points. We take another look. Yuan Esteban. Nagkape pa sa ere itong si Mr. Esteban. More importantly, again, 8-point lead for Las Piñas. We'll be back after this Nature's Spring Timeout. Back to the action here, 68 to 60, 8-point lead for the Ysa Botanica Whitening Warriors. But still, it's not the end of the world for the Quezon Junior Huskers. They could still figure out what to do. Still have a decent amount of time for them to make something happen. Kenji Amante. Quezon is looking for him. Amante will fire. And he gets fouled on the act of shooting. 3 freebies will be given to Kenji.
This could be big for Quezon. They haven't been able to convert on their 3-pointers here in the fourth quarter. But if Kenji Amante gets his rhythm, gets his shooting rhythm back here at the free throw line, this could open things up for the Junior Huskers.
And would you believe me if I told you that Quezon still has no field goals in this fourth period. Only scored rather 2 points so far, including that freebie from Amante.
And you cannot have that, especially in a crucial matchup like this one. You have to try and get the easiest baskets you can so you can focus more of your energy on the defensive end, especially with big men like Regala and Somchi patrolling the paint.
Make that 22 points for Kenji Amante. But still, the field goals, still none for Quezon this period. Kabalatungan overcooks it. Rebound De La Peña, forward pass to Aklo. Mark Aklo, high pickup. Sammy Somchi erases that shot.
We saw Sammy Somchi winding up for that block, and he sprinted the floor to finish the break himself.
Sammy Somchi all over the floor, just doing everything he could. Again, already has a double-double with 18 points and 10 rebounds. Finally, first field goal of Quezon in this period. Matthew Dongog sinking a three-pointer. 4-point game, Las Piñas in the driver's seat. Kabalatungan, nowhere to go, outside pass. Esteban for three. All guts for Yuan Esteban.
That is a big three. Esteban helping out earlier. Itong si Somchi and si David Regala, most of their points over, most of the baskets of Las Piñas coming from inside the paint only, but with the emergence of Esteban, Quezon's defense now doesn't know who to guard.
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Yuan Esteban so far 14 points. Meanwhile, Regala tried that rim grazer. But possession will go back to the junior Huskers. Again, Yuan Esteban with 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. David Regala with 22 points, 18 rebounds. And Sammy Somchi with 18 points and 10 rebounds. What a performance for that trio of Las Piñas. As the timeout is called right here, we'll be back for more action.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, pound for pound fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
The Hustle Club. Embrace the struggle. Believe in your hustle. Special thanks to Tropang Villar for hosting today's games. And to Ysa Botanica, Green Stevia, and GX International. Maraming salamat.
Back to the action here. Again, it's 73-66. I believe our officials are reviewing what exactly happened. We're not exactly sure what exactly did happen, but nonetheless, our officials trying to figure things out. Maybe we'll wait for a verdict of what exactly happened during the past sequence. Nonetheless, it's 73-66. So far, Las Piñas outscoring Quezon in this quarter 23-7. And that's the reason why they have a 7-point lead. And again, the trio of Esteban, Somchi, and Regala doing wonders for Las Piñas. All in double figures.
And both with a double-double. Really lording it over the rebounding department. Itong dalawang batang to, they really have a bright future ahead of them. in the basketball world.
And on the other side, Rayos, Dongog, and Amante. A trio of the Quezon Junior Huskers. But so far, Amante has been cold. Dongog also has been cold. Rayos has been quiet as well. Dongog, though, will fire and knocks down that crucial three-pointer.
That is a huge basket, cutting this lead down to 4. Still a lot of time left. And they're still not in the penalty, so they can afford the pressure here.
Meanwhile, the attack by Esteban. He sends it inside. Regala. No good. One more try. Basket and one. Again, what can you do?
You cannot get into a jumping contest with either David Regala or Sam Isomchi. They are already taller and they are also more athletic, so you are already at a disadvantage. The best you can do is to try and push them out of the paint early, do the work early, as we saw that pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play of the day. And just the mere presence of Isomchi in the paint causes Quezon to have a miscue sa rebounding, giving the ball back to Las Piñas. Of course, our officials will review it, but from our vantage point, no, it looks like ball will stay, or rather, yes, will stay with Las Piñas.
With that bucket a while ago, David Regala now has 24 points and 19 rebounds. A potential 20-20 game for him. And 0 assists, by the way. You decide what implication that has.
You know, kita natin after that free throw, which was too strong for Regala, fighting for the rebound. From my vantage point, it was obviously last touched by Aklo. Kasi palabas yung motion ng kamay niya. And of course, Sam Isomchi was trying to keep the ball in bounds. So if Las Piñas does retain possession, which they do, Quezon needs to find a way to get a stop here and convert a basket on the other end.
But if you're Quezon, still no reason to panic. Over a minute remaining, you're just down by 6. That's more than manageable. You just have to make the most out of your possessions. As Esteban will miss that shot, Rayos grabs the rebound. The Junior Huskers on a run. Dongog to Amante, back to Dongog. They try from deep again. No good. Regala looking to take matters into his own hands. He does. Basket and one. David Regala out of his mind.
I've lost count how many times nag-flex na itong si Isomchi and si Regala. Pati ako napapa-flex dito sa ating sideline. No? These boys have really been impressive in this ball game. David Regala getting a stop on one end, dribbling through 4 defenders, going coast to coast, and then the last line of defense hitting a layup over him and completing the and one by hitting his free throw.
And we have to count how many pound-for-pound fitness foul-counted move already did they have. Oh, lane violation called on Regala. Nonetheless, he'll take that and one. And they'll take that 8-point lead with under a minute remaining. Again, it's not looking good for Quezon.
Pwede na palitan yung logo ng Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, no? Yung silhouette ni Regala na nagpe-flex with his curly hair. Pwedeng ganun na lang. I've seen that so many times here today, and what a monster performance from this young man, of course, complemented by Sam Isomchi, a double-double effort of his own, really making life difficult for the front court of Quezon to make an impact here in this game.
I mean, difficult is an understatement. So far, Regala has 27 points, 20 rebounds. And Las Piñas out-rebounding Quezon as a team 55-36. I mean, you decide again what implications that has. But let's see what Quezon has up their sleeves. They still have perhaps one more fighting chance. Amante will fire. No good. Out of bounds, and I think That's going to be the last straw for Quezon.
The pressure has gotten to the junior Huskers. They've forced a lot of three-pointers here in this fourth quarter, even though they have been shooting poorly from three-point country. Not the best shot if you're Kenji Amante. Seeing as Las Piñas is already in the penalty, you could have tried attacking the basket, stopping the clock in the process. And even if you hadn't been able to convert a shot, if you had been fouled, no, trip to the free throw line sana yun, which is happening right now.
Let's see how the junior Huskers will capitalize. First one is good for Amante. Has 23 points so far.
And he's been shooting well from the free throw line. No? If he just opted to attack the basket a bit more here in the fourth quarter, nadagdagan pa sana yung looks niya at the 15-foot line. That could have been a different story here.
Meanwhile, great catch from Aznar. Great dish to Regala. But Regala just couldn't finish. Nonetheless, Las Piñas will get it back. Making matters worse for the junior Huskers as time is running out for them. Esteban inside pass, Regala putting the icing on the cake.
And it's gonna be a victory for the Las Piñas Ysa Botanica Whitening Warriors here on their home floor.
And you said it, a victory indeed. Las Piñas will go to the finals, to our division finals, and face Binyan Tatak Gel. So both teams actually just earned their final spot today, with Binyan in the morning game and right now Las Piñas in this game.
That's definitely going to be an exciting matchup in the finals, that's for sure. Both teams have some time to prepare and scout their opponent. What a game this has been.
And again, whether it's in the guards position or the forwards, bigs, both teams, Binyan and Las Piñas, have depth. So that's going to be something to look forward to. Imagine the likes of Solas and Orzola going up against Esteban and Aznar. And of course, Sammy Somchi and David Regala going up against Goodluck Okebata and perhaps Kendrick Picazo. And that's going to be it. Our final score, 80-70. Las Piñas, again, just like what I said, earning a trip to the finals of our South Division, and will face the Binyan Tatak Gel. That's going to be one hell of a series.
Good show of sportsmanship between both teams. Really a hard-fought battle. Quezon had a double-digit lead around the second and third quarter mark, but Las Piñas showing a lot of character, making a run of their own, getting the lead back and never looking back after regaining the lead. They come away with a 10-point victory against the gritty Quezon Junior Huskers squad.
But you gotta give credit to the Quezon Junior Huskers. You know, they really made it look bad for Las Piñas during that first part of the game. Las Piñas was sweating. Safe to say Las Piñas or rather Quezon had Las Piñas getting worried about a potential Game 3. But nonetheless, Kenji Amante, props to him, scoring 23 points. But perhaps the lights were just too bright for him. Quezon just blinded by the pressure, by the stakes. But still, props to those guys.
And aside from Kenji Amate, a lot of other players contributed para dito sa Quezon Junior Huskers. Unfortunately, it was not enough as they were unable to minimize yung impact nito ni Somchi and ni Regala. So it's going to be back to the drawing board for them. And they're going to have to look at themselves in the mirror and see what improvements they can make come next season, of course, and who will be retained sa lineup nila, if they're going to be able to add some players, or if there are players who will move on up to the 16 and under division. So a lot of factors will come into play for this Quezon Junior Huskers team next season. Now, for Las Piñas, all they have to do right now is get some rest, some well-deserved rest, and of course start preparations for the finals. And whether or not their opponents will have their key players missing, or if everyone will be complete, if both lineups will be complete, they have to prepare the best they can so that they can hopefully get a similar result in the next round.
And again, that's far from impossible. As again, we all know, we're all familiar with what kind of Las Piñas, or what kind of team Las Piñas is. But right now, we'll be turning it over to Courtney Buenaventura to interview our Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances Best Player of the Game.
And here with me is our extreme best player of the game, David Regala from Las Piñas Ysa Botanica Whitening Warriors with 28 points and 20 rebounds. Congratulations, David. Talking about heated, that match was on fire. How do you think you were able to handle the pressure despite being down on the first 3 quarters and then nahabol nyo ng fourth?
I just focus on defense. Then, if I focus on defense, babalik naman din po yung score. So, tulong na lang din po sa team and thank you for the help of God.
Now, do you have any message to everyone that was supporting you guys kanina?
Thank you po to my mom, tas sila tito. And thank you po kay Lord, Lola po. My team, and tas my boys, sila Coach Zar, sila Coach Nas, tsaka sila Coach Jeff po.
Maraming salamat and congratulations once again. And of course, we also have here with us Coach Eliazar Gutierrez. Coach, you can now get your logo. And you can now stick it now here, over here. Now that you're off to the finals division. And congratulations once again. We would also like to thank Don Benitos for providing us a sumptuous Filipino delicacy. Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava.
Thank you very much, Courtney. Once again, that's our Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances Best Player of the Game. David Regala, monster performance from him, 28 points and 21 rebounds, giving Las Piñas a finals appearance, where they will face the Piñanta Takjel. But coming up next, 16 and under semifinals game is between the Cavite City Aces Solar and the San Pedro Spartans. Once again, this has been Cholo Pangilinan, Kyle Sanchez, and Courtney Buenaventura at the sidelines. And this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga, nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines. Pound for pound fitness, be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
The Hustle Club. Embrace the struggle. Believe in your hustle. Special thanks to Tropang Villar for hosting today's games. And to Ysa Botanica, Green Stevia, and GX International. Maraming salamat.